everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Book Chat. Well, for this week's book, I actually was inspired to choose the book based on what's coming up Friday on the channel for our science experiment. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so you get that notification as soon as that video is posted. So on Friday, we are looking at a non-Newtonian fluid, otherwise known as oobleck. And when I was just looking up the recipe and reminding myself how to make it, because I've made it lots in the past, I thought, well, where does the name oobleck come from? Because it's not really a name that I know, and I don't think it's a scientific name. So what I found when I was looking for that information was actually this book, Bartholomew and the Oobleck. So this is a Dr. Seuss book, and it is not a book that I knew before I started working on this week's science video. So oobleck, like I said, it's a non-Newtonian fluid, and we're going to talk about that more on Friday. But in this book, Bartholomew is a page boy to the king, and the king is bored with the usual things that come from the sky. So he thinks about sunshine and rain and fog, and he says, I'm tired of those things, I want something new. So he has his magicians come up with a new substance to come from the sky. And I'm just going to read you a quick passage to give you a bit of a flavor of this book. "I wish," spoke the king, to have you make something fall from my skies that no other kingdom has ever had before. What can you do? What will you make?" For a moment they stood, thinking, blinking their creaky eyes. Then they spoke a word. One word. "Oobleck." "Oobleck?" asked the king. "What will it look like?" "Won't look like rain, won't look like snow, won't look like fog, that's all we know. We just can't tell you any more. We've never made oobleck before." So, when a magician tells you that they've never made something before, you should maybe be a little bit wary. The king learns a very hard lesson in this book about being satisfied. Sometimes the same old isn't that bad. But Bartholomew also learns a lesson about speaking up and doing the right thing when you know that you're doing the right thing. So even though he's just a young boy and he probably shouldn't speak to the king the way that he does, he knows that what he's doing is the right thing to do for all of the people of the kingdom. So I like that lesson in the book too. So I would encourage you to have a look at Bartholomew and the Oobleck because it's a fun book. And then on Friday, I'd encourage you to come back and watch the video because we are not only going to make oobleck, we're also going to make a slime / Play-Doh. You'll have to see which one it is. Tune in to see which one it is. And it gets quite messy, so there's lots of fun involved. So I hope that you have a great week this week, and we will talk to you soon.